Yo, what's up, everybody? We're gonna talk about Ghislaine Maxwell, who just got sentenced to 20 years for helping Jeffrey Epstein. So I just want to know what people think about that. Um, and yeah, that's what we gonna do. Uh, uh. Edit stream.
McCauley. I'm Annie Farmer's attorney. Today was a towering day for justice. As we saw, Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison for the crimes she committed against these survivors and so many others. Today showed us that individuals can be held, that the chorus of voices of these survivors prevailed and showed accountability. It's really a victorious day for justice. And on behalf of all the survivors we've represented, we want to thank the prosecutors for their fierce and relentless pursuit of justice here. We want to thank the judge for being just and true and thoughtful. And we want to thank all of you for never stopping and continuing to pursue this story and make sure that their voices were heard. So now Annie's going to make a few statements.
The survivors speak about Maxwell's apology.
I think they can probably speak to that, but personally, for me, that was not an apology. She once again did not acknowledge her crimes, did not take responsibility for them in any way, so that was really disappointing.
May this sentence demonstrate that it is never too late for the truth to come out, and never too late for there to be accountability. If you're someone who's experienced sexual abuse or exploitation and did not feel safe to report those crimes, or were not believed when you did, or were told that the perpetrators would not be held accountable, this is for you. There's still a lot of work to be done on this issue, but in this fight we need to celebrate the victories, and today this is a big victory. The truths about these crimes, about child sexual abuse and exploitation, are deeply uncomfortable. They happen more frequently than we want to acknowledge, and often perpetrators, as we saw in this case, are not strangers and bands. They're the people that live in our communities, and they're people often in positions of power. Maxwell and Epstein were predators who were able to use that power and privilege to harm countless individuals, and for far too long, the institutions that should be protecting the public were instead protecting them. And I still hope that we find out more about how that was allowed to occur. We know that historically, though, that this has happened in many organizations, in many institutions, that predators are protected. In churches, in political groups, in the foster care system. And so I just hope that this sentence can be another sign that voices are coming together and saying, no more. If you commit these crimes, you will be punished. If you facilitate these crimes, you will be punished. If you are a bystander that looks the other way, you will not be allowed to continue to hold a position of power. It's easy to focus on the darkness in a case like this, but I also think it's important to highlight all the people that have worked so hard to bring the truth to light. And I want to start by expressing my gratitude and appreciation for my sister, Maria Farmer, who reported these crimes over decades ago and has so bravely continued to try and bring attention and fight for justice in this case. For the other women who spoke in the courtroom, I am so grateful. For the other survivor sisters that I have met on this journey who have worked so hard to make this happen, I am incredibly grateful. This would not have happened without so many voices coming together. I am so incredibly grateful for my team of attorneys, most especially Sigrid McCauley, who has gone above and beyond at every step of the way to support us and encourage us that this could happen.
Alright, I'm going to try
for Brad Edwards and his team, for the media who were, really, I think, continued to tell the story and try and bring attention to this case, to the agents who worked so hard and dedicated themselves these last few years to the Maxwell case, and to the fierce team of prosecutors who took a chance to bring this to trial and to show that she could be held accountable for this heinous scheme. So,
how do you feel speaking in court, Annie? How do you feel speaking in court?
It actually felt very powerful to finally have a chance to speak and have my voice on the record and say the things that I wanted to say about how her crimes had impacted the people.
Yeah, this is as loud as I can get it right now, man, so it's whatever.
How do you feel this about her in court?
I'll just say one more thing that,
I don't know, maybe I need to go live about something else. Apparently, don't nobody care that they sex trafficking kids, and this is in the middle of that January 6th trial when they both got to do with each other because the government was trying to hide that shit that it was going on during that time. That's partly what January 6th is about too. You know what I mean? So give it a little
So
bit. We'll
everyone,
see if
thanks for,
some
yeah,
people come
I'm
in.
Brad Edwards, and over the course of the last almost 15 years, I've represented over 60 of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Brad Edwards. And
All right, let me go
this
back
is a
to
major
this.
victory, not just for Annie Farmer and Kate and some of the others who spoke today, but also for the dozens of other victims. I'm not only involved in this sex trafficking operation, but that are being trafficked worldwide. I think that it sends a really powerful message to conform with the law and to be deterred from engaging in any form of conduct like this, whether you are the facilitator, groomer, perpetrator, whoever you are. Nobody is above the law, and I think that's the message that everybody understands very loud and clear today. I think our system works. It took a long, long time, longer than we wanted it to, but today is a good and positive day and tells us that our country's still intact and our system, it really has worked the right way. How about Bill Clinton? Look,
Somebody just said, "How about Bill Clinton?" That's funny as hell.
They know things, and they should be speaking, and the time is now. And if they're continuing to not speak, they're hurting victims, they're hurting survivors, they're not helping. So we could sit here and yell out names of a lot of people who have a lot of power and prestige, and they hide behind that and instead don't come forward and just do the right thing like a normal, good human being. There are people that are coward, and I wish that they would come forward, and maybe that's one of them. I do think that some people who have not been acknowledged today, such as Courtney Wild, this doesn't happen without her. Virginia Roberts, it doesn't happen without her. Maria Farmer, it doesn't happen without her. Sarah Ransom, doesn't happen without her. It took a team of survivors, very courageous people who sacrificed their lives, their privacy, their children, in order to see that justice was done for Jeffrey Epstein and for Ghislaine Maxwell, some of whom just can't be here today. But there's many, many that deserve recognition. In addition to the lawyers and this wonderful judge who issued a very deliberate and fair decision on the bench just now. And in fact, Ghislaine Maxwell's very lucky because she was prosecuted for a very distinct set of crimes, and there were many other crimes out there and many other victims that she could have been charged with. So on a very conservative indictment, she's getting 20 years. So that doesn't sound lucky, but in the course and scope of what she did, it is. I can't imagine that anyone was impressed by Ghislaine Maxwell's statement. It was probably the closest thing she's ever come to acknowledgement of anything in her life, but it was passive acknowledgement. She acknowledged somebody else's pain, but not that she caused it. And obviously, she was the perpetrator of the crime. To think that she's being charged for something that Jeffrey Epstein did is arrogant in and of itself. She was charged with the crimes she committed and only a fraction of them. There are other people that should be held accountable. I can't talk a whole lot about that, but I don't think that this is over. If it's over from a criminal perspective, it's not over from a civil perspective. So we will keep pushing forward until the whole range of people are known, what they did and what they didn't do. If the government prosecutes them, that'll be great. Thanks, everybody.
2016, and you guys did nothing. A lot of you.
How do you feel
And
about it?
I really hope that a lot of lessons are learned, and for anyone thinks that you can violate another human being, I really hope
Guys, careful with the snacking. Snacking's not good. People lose their teeth like that. You feel good with the verdict?
How do you feel about her speech? How do you feel about her speech? How do you feel about what she said? How do you feel about the fact that her Chinese students are...
Not taking any questions, so those are the rules of engagement. We have resisted speaking to you throughout the pendency of this case out of respect for the rules of the court. But as you can see now, the mask is off. Our client, Ghislaine Maxwell, has been vilified, pilloried, and it left little room for her to be treated fairly, because even before she stepped forward into this courthouse, she was being tried and convicted in the court of public opinion.
Ain't nobody in here yet.
Will
Hold on.
appeal this case, and we are confident that she will prevail on appeal.
Yo, so
We all know
hold on one
that the
second.
person who should
I've
have
been
been
tweeting.
sentenced today escaped accountability,
Hold up.
avoided his victims, avoided absorbing their pain, and receiving the punishment he
So,
truly deserved.
My theory on this is that
Clever and cunning to the end.
alright, let me shut up. I feel like, I've been tweeting. I'm gonna read some of my tweets. I feel like these January 6th hearings and the Ghislaine Maxwell trial are related, and it's important that people around that time know that that stuff was going on and people were trying to expose that. And that was supposedly a conspiracy theory. However, this just proves that it wasn't no damn conspiracy theory. She just got sentenced to 20 years, and frankly, I don't think it's enough. And we know that her and Jeffrey Epstein had ties to rich and powerful people. That's why this should be breaking news, and they should be live streaming this trial and this verdict, not the January 6th hearings. People already know what happened on January 6th. You know what I mean? So it was a lot going on around that time, and people knew that, and they were trying to expose that. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit no fucking suicide. That was a planned hit. You know what I'm saying? That was a planned hit. How that just happened. So anyway, yeah, that's what I gotta say about it. Ain't nobody in here, so I'm just gonna fucking to somebody. Let me see. Copy. Oh, you don't think he did? That's interesting. Oh, some people are in here. What's up? All right, cool. Thank you for joining. We just talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, and I don't think justice was served, but I want to know what the people think. Um, I feel like the January 6th and this trial go hand in hand. They should have equal, if not more, coverage on this Ghislaine Maxwell trial. That Jeffrey Epstein stuff is real. Okay, this trial just proves that, and yeah, this isn't good. And it's interesting to me today too. If you turn on the TV, they're live streaming this trial, okay, and just making this conviction of her getting 20 years. Just, oh yeah, she got 20 years, but people aren't talking about why, And I feel like that's very important. So anyway, let me see some fuck. Um, fuck, God. Mm, there we go. Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, okay. But in the meantime, I'm still gonna tweet. And matter of fact, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tweet my thoughts, and then I'm gonna say them out loud, and then I'm gonna get some people up in here. So is Jeffrey Epstein still alive? Was justice served? Served. Ghislaine Maxwell. Was justice served? I'm gonna put that in a tweet. Um, with the link to this. Hashtag stop the steal. Oh, stop the steal. Alright. We do a poll. Anyway. I don't think justice was served. I feel like this is one of the biggest stories in recent history that really exposed a lot of things, and it just got pushed under the rug. Um, you know, that just shows you how dangerous the media is. Is one of recent. I feel like it's one of the biggest stories in recent history. Alright, probably stay on a little bit longer. Ain't nobody coming in. I'm just gonna tweet. Fuck, I ain't got shit else to do. So, just tweet. Maybe some people will click a link and join and whatever. and we can go from there. People want to talk about it as a conspiracy when she just got 20 years. Anyway. Alright, I'm probably do 5 more minutes. Yeah. Alright, well, you know, this was a good one, but thanks for everybody for joining. We're gonna try another topic in a little bit, but I guess don't nobody care that they sex trafficking kids.